The escalating exchange of criticism between UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Elon Musk, the head of X, formerly Twitter, has drawn considerable attention and sparked intense debates across social media and news outlets. This public feud centers around a deeply sensitive and pressing issue: the UK's ongoing crisis regarding grooming gangs, which have been implicated in the sexual exploitation of young girls, particularly in cases involving predominantly men of Pakistani descent. The grooming gang crisis in the UK has been a significant social issue, raising alarms about the safety and welfare of vulnerable young girls. Over the years, numerous reports have surfaced detailing how these gangs have targeted and exploited girls, often from disadvantaged backgrounds, leading to widespread outrage and calls for accountability. The issue has not only affected the victims and their families, but has also prompted broader discussions about societal values, law enforcement, and the responsibilities of political leaders to protect their constituents. In a recent press conference, Prime Minister Starmer addressed Musk's earlier criticisms regarding his government's approach to this crisis. Starmer took a firm stance, accusing those spreading misinformation about the situation of prioritizing their own interests over the well-being of victims. His statement underscored a broader concern regarding the narrative surrounding the grooming gang issue, emphasizing the need for a responsible and sensitive discourse that prioritizes victims' voices. Starmer's remarks were aimed not only at Musk, but also at critics who have questioned the government's actions or inactions related to the grooming gang crisis. By stating, "Those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible are not interested in victims. They're interested in themselves," he sought to highlight the dangers of sensationalism and the potential harm it poses to the victims and their families who have already suffered immensely. Elon Musk, known for his outspoken and often controversial statements on social media, quickly responded to Starmer's comments, expressing incredulity at the Prime Minister's remarks. Musk tweeted, "What an insane thing to say. The real reason the government is not holding an inquiry into the scandal is that it would show how Starmer repeatedly ignored the pleas of vast numbers of little girls and their parents in order to secure political support. Starmer is utterly despicable." Musk's response reflects his tendency to engage directly with public figures and issues that capture media attention, using his platform to voice strong opinions. His characterization of Starmer as utterly despicable further escalates the confrontation, indicating a deep-seated frustration with what he perceives as political negligence in addressing the crisis effectively. This exchange between Starmer and Musk illustrates not only a personal feud, but also highlights the broader societal tensions surrounding the grooming gang issue. The involvement of a high-profile figure like Musk in the discussion amplifies the conversation, bringing additional scrutiny to the actions of political leaders and the media's portrayal of sensitive topics. 1. Public discourse and misinformation. The war of words raises critical questions about the nature of public discourse in the digital age, where misinformation can spread rapidly. Starmer's plea for responsible dialogue emphasizes the importance of prioritizing facts and empathy over sensationalism. In contrast, Musk's assertive stance reflects a growing impatience among some segments of the public regarding perceived governmental inaction. 2. Political accountability. Starmer's comments suggest an awareness of the need for political accountability in addressing the grooming gang crisis. The implications of Musk's criticism point to the potential fallout for leaders who are seen as failing to act decisively in the face of such grave issues. This dynamic could pressure political figures to respond more robustly to concerns raised by constituents and the media. 3. The role of social media. Musk's response on X underscores the powerful role social media plays in shaping public opinion and discourse. The platform allows for immediate interactions between public figures, often leading to rapid exchanges that can influence the narrative surrounding critical issues. This immediacy can be both beneficial and detrimental, as it fosters engagement but also risks perpetuating misinformation. 4. Victim advocacy. At the heart of this conflict lies the plight of the victims of grooming gangs. Both Starmer and Musk, in their respective statements, inadvertently highlight the importance of ensuring that victims' voices are heard, and that their experiences are not overshadowed by political or social agendas. The ongoing discourse around this issue should ideally focus on advocating for victims, seeking justice, and preventing future incidents. The ongoing feud between UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Elon Musk serves as a microcosm of the larger societal challenges surrounding the grooming gang crisis. As both figures engage in this public dialogue, they illuminate critical issues related to political accountability, public discourse, and the imperative of prioritizing victims in discussions about sensitive social issues. As the situation unfolds, it remains essential for leaders, influencers, and the public to approach these discussions with a sense of responsibility and empathy, recognizing the real lives affected by these crises. Ultimately, the focus should remain on creating a safe environment for vulnerable individuals, ensuring justice for victims, and fostering a constructive dialogue that promotes understanding and accountability. The words exchanged between Starmer and Musk may highlight personal conflicts, but they also reflect a broader societal obligation to address the challenges of grooming gangs with the seriousness and sensitivity they demand.